welcome back to How Not to Souls. It's been a minute, guys. Today we're looking at a Dark Souls 2 dex build, which is more of an all-encompassing dex build. And what I mean by that is we took aspects of bleed, poison, and little aspects of faith, and threw it into our build to make a relatively good melee build. Good for PvE and PvP. And let's just take a dive in to our stats. So a 194 seems a bit excessive, but that's where we ended up. And let's take a look. So 45 vigor for a nice meaty health pool, 40 endurance so we can get a lot of hits with our weapons, 15 vitality so we can wear certain types of armor with not getting any encumbrance, 6 attunement, which is base, but that was not the original plan, but that's what it turned into, which I'm happy with. 22 strength for weapon requirements. 60 dex, because it's a dex build, and we get good damage out of dex, and it helps with our bleed and poison scaling, and all that jazz. 22 adaptability for some decent rolls, and it adds poison scaling to our build. Then we have 7 intelligence, and that's base, and 30 faith for certain weapons, and it also adds bleed scaling to our build as well. And the adaptability and faith scaling isn't very high with the poison and bleed, but it adds just like a little much, so it bolsters it a little bit. Most of those scalings come from dex, so keep that in mind when you're making this. For our weapons, our main, after we got going, was the Dragon Slayer Spear. We also dove in with the Bleed Flameberg, which I thought was excellent for bleed damage. Poison Manslayer, which I didn't get many opportunities to use, just because I had the Poison Black Scorpion Stinger, which was great. It already has poison buildup anyway, but giving it more poison buildup helped out. And I was surprised at the amount of bosses I could poison. I mean, that was outrageous. I thought that was just amazing. I was laughing, just laughing. I wish I could play the footage from it, but the audio is all wackadoo, so you can't hear me laughing in the background. But the Bleed Bewitched Alon Sword, which this was the last fight I did, and I was basically done with PvE, so I didn't get many options to use it. When I did PvP, I used my Dragon Slayer Spear and my Black Scorpion Stinger, mostly. And yeah, that's about that. Originally we were going to throw on some miracles. I wanted the Sunlight Blade, or whatever iteration they have in this game of it, but I didn't have the attunement slots, and I thought it was just wasted having just Lightning Spear at such a low level and such a weak cast, so I ended up just getting rid of all the attunement. I still left the Sacred Chime on, just to show you that was an option for a little while. For our armor, we had the Crown of the Old Iron King, which I thought matched well with the King set. And for the portion of the game, we did run around with the Alon armor. Basically full set the Alon, exception for the helmet. We had the Desert Sorcerer's Hood, because I thought that looked kind of dope together. My rings, bam, life ring +3, always for some reason. I just like the extra health. Ring of Blades. I didn't go after the Ring of Blades +1, but I just didn't want to do it for some reason. Calanthropy ring and the third dragon ring for health, stamina, and equip load. Oh, yeah, Calanthropy ring does stamina regeneration faster. My main consumables, being it basically a pure melee build, I didn't realize how fast my weapons got damaged. So having the repair powders, and also, hold on, this got switched out. Oh, the Ring of Blades got switched out with the Bracing Knuckle Ring, which if you gotta find it, yeah, I used the +2 version after I got that for a little while, but I was switching between that and the Ring of Blades, so that helped out with weapon degradation, things like that. I used the bow. I used the lightning bow that you got with, and then I just used whatever arrows I could at the time. Whatever arrow suited the situation. I used my consumables. Obviously, you can see the rest. Yeah, And I also used a couple of the fire bombs, lightning runes, hexing runes, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff, just to get some extra damage that I wasn't necessarily getting. But yeah, overall, pretty decent build. I had fun, super duper fun. Like surprised at how many enemies I could poison, and it proved like the faith aspect proved to be very very helpful. And then I don't know what it is about dex builds and spears in this game. They're just so good. Or I guess not necessarily spears, but like pokey-pokes. Like, I just don't know what it is in this game. It's just so satisfying, in my opinion, to use them. But it also kind of at times makes it a little boring. But I don't know. That's how I did it. Yeah. So, hope you enjoy the gameplay footage. And I'll see you later. Peace out.